Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. Well, after some weeks of daily small patches, we get a flurry of big news. The first is that we are no longer going to have to wonder when the big changeover is going to happen tonight. At 3.24.3 live environment, was anybody really still using it, will be taken down. The current 4.0.1 PTU build will become the new live build, but the persistence will be taken from the current 4.0.0 tech preview build. At least that is how it is supposed to happen. But a three-way bank shot like this at least has me holding my breath. But even if it goes off flawlessly, expect that the usual things like refinery jobs and ammunition will be gone. Also expect that you will again get to set your home city. So, is 4.0.1 really a good build? No, but it is better than 4.0, and pretty much nobody is still using 3.24, so I guess it's time. But expect that the PTU will soon be hosting a 4.0.2 build because there is still a lot needed to get 4.0.1 up to genuine quality. But that is only half of the exciting news. We saw dropped an Inside Star Citizen on the MISC Fortune, which they described as part of the 4.0.1 branch, perhaps to be released as part of the Lunar New Year event. We haven't been told everything, particularly the price, of course, but it is clearly a competitor to the Drake Vulture Salvage Ship and contained enough information that we can do a comparison video, other than on the price, because both are single-person salvage ships. So, first to the Fortune itself. Function-wise, it may be a crossover between a Prospector and a Vulture, but appearance-wise, it appears to be a crossover between a Prospector and a Hull A. I mean, dude, wouldn't it be great if the Hull A had that bubble cockpit? But again, not to be. So, footprint, advantage, Fortune. Every side-by-side picture of the two ships showed the Fortune to be considerably smaller, definitely in length without those long arms, and possibly in width too. It's not an insignificant consideration with a ship, as there are plenty of ships that might want to carry a mining ship in them, particularly the Erasta and the Galaxy, but also really any large ship. And it is possible that the Fortune will fit on ships that the Vulture can't, and that even on ships that can hold a Vulture might have room for a Fortune plus another tiny craft. Then, cargo grid size. Both ships have 12 SCU of official gridded storage. However, unofficial cargo capacity advantage Vulture. Anyone spending time with a Vulture knows about the whole extra row of boxes that you can fit in, as well as holding one in the output rack and one next to the output rack. The Fortune has a small cargo lift, but looks like maybe 2 SCU max, and difficult to fit things through the door to the rest of the ship. Cargo grid flexibility. Again, advantage Vulture. The wide ramp and internal cargo makes it possible to fit in bikes, buggies, loose cargo, etc. Salvage loading speed. Advantage Fortune. The Fortune skips that whole routine of having to use your handheld tractor to pick up the crates and transfer them onto the cargo grid. By comparison, the ability to eject directly onto the external cargo rack is muy bueno. And then, of course, you have the ability to do with 2 sides at the same time. Salvage unloading speed, also advantage Fortune. Anyone who does shipping with a Hull A knows the enjoyment of being able to just pull crates off the side of the ship without having to thread them in and out of a cargo bay. So your turnaround times would likely be faster in the Fortune. Ease of ingress and egress, a slight advantage to the Fortune. The Vulture has direct cockpit exit and a way of exiting out the back, but the paths on both of them are not very direct. The Fortune has a side door similar to Prospector and a rear lift. All are on the same level. Yes, the rear lift might be blocked by cargo, but so could the cargo deck on the Vulture. And lastly, but certainly not least, let's talk about what may be the number one thing, and likely the one thing that, if any, will have the Vulture being the more expensive craft: speed of salvaging. The Vulture has 2 scraping heads instead of 1, which means twice the RMC per minute, presuming that you can keep both heads feeding well. Which brings me to finally ease of beginner operation. Advantage Fortune. Working with the beam spacing and orientation on the Vulture is an acquired skill, which is not necessary on the Fortune. And for many players, it will come down to a matter of aesthetics. And frankly, I can't give an advantage because it's a matter of taste. Both Drake and MISC have strong design styles, and each of these 2 crafts represent them well. And I'm not going to get into which is better because, well, that's what the comment section is for. And now for an update on my giveaways. First, we have the special giveaway for the captains of dual VKB Gladiator joysticks coming along nicely. And I have decided to drop my prior announced members-only contest for the Mirai Guardian for, well, lack of participation. But I will be coming up with a new contest for members with 4.0.1, and to give you a hint about it, the Fortune might be a good ship for it. Then we have the annual IAE Week giveaway later this year for the seriously shiny stainless steel shipping ship, the Starlancer Max, and then the Grow the Channel ship giveaway at 20,000 subscribers for the winner's choice of the marvelous multi-role multiplayer mining meta, the Arasta, or the brand new big box bargain bazaar, the Merchantman. 1 entry per video. Members are entered automatically. Everyone else, just subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video, as you might have guessed, which aesthetic do you like better? Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Danny Raymond for Ray's Guide.